And we're
What the
underway
fuck?
here for the British Grand Prix preseason race. Let's see where everybody goes through into turn 1. Going on board with Omar.
It's gonna
A
be
little bit of
so
lag
epic.
and he could be drifting. And Omar's into the wall, he's flying into the air as everybody goes
Holy
past him, and there's a
shit!
Surtees into the grass as well. And that's Gus. So Gus and Omar both off into turn 1 having extraordinary flips. As we head into turn
Bro,
3
what
there's
was
a
that?
battle between the other Turo and the BRM at the front. It could be Lev. Yeah, it is. It's Lev and Luke battling for P1 now. Right behind them is Aldo in the Ferrari.
Whoa!
Then comes an MC, likely DeLorean, and a Shadow there. As they head into turn 5, drifting around the corner as Luke fights Lev for this lead. As there's cars going off there, it's an ensign into the grass. Both of these guys still fighting to turn 6, and Lev's gonna go just that little bit around the outside. He's gonna try to head for the move into the lead of this race. Turn 7 they go, and Luke is off. Luke is off. He's lost the front wing and the rear wing. His engine is smoking, and Lev takes the lead. Disaster for Luke on lap 1, and disaster for both Tyros as they've fallen down the order. Lev is gonna lead us into lap 2. What a dramatic first lap it's been, as Aldo is second, Aviator is third, Didneo side by side with him. And this is already an exciting race as Lev also has damage. Lev is off into turn 1, and taking the lead of this race is the Ferrari of Aldo, with Aviator right behind him in the embassy, and Didneo also
Okay,
in
I
the
think
fight.
I'm last.
Aviator
No.
was momentarily side by side with Aldo, and as the lag takes over the game a little bit there, Aldo
I'm
seems to
so
be
last,
in the
bro.
lead firmly, but the two DN1s right behind him.
Shit! Lost
So
my phone,
already a
man.
chaotic first lap. The first two of and Didneo's off. Didneo off
Bro,
at turn 5.
this race is gonna be
And
so
this is
laggy.
chaotic. This is truly chaotic now. Four of the front runners off in the first 2 laps. And now
Like
they're
a
gonna have
rum.
to make up a lot of ground in order to catch up, as Aldo and
Bro,
Aviator
I am
have
in last
now a
so
very
bad.
comfortable lead, 1 and 2. Aldo had a little bit of a slide there as he went out to the corner heading into the Wellington Straight, and starting lap 3 will be Aldo in the lead. This is one that we have seen a lot of times over the course of last season. Aldo has led a lot of racing laps, even took a victory in the Indianapolis Sprint as the round goes Aviator into turn 1, and turn 1 takes yet another victim as he's into the grass. So
Bro, who's
turn 1 is
first?
looking to be a very complicated zone for the drivers at the moment. Didneo takes P2,
Nah,
and Aldo
Ferrari's not that
comfortably
good.
leading now with at least maybe more than 5 seconds
At
between
least
him and the
this
Shadow.
preseason.
That's me.
I think I'm last because I am
Oh, and there's a
a
Shadow that
Ferrari and
went round
Omar
there in the
is
final corner.
first.
That was Didneo, and I think Aldo already passed, so that's Didneo in second, followed by Omar in third, who's going to be really close behind him now. But yes, Aldo is leading. No damage to his Ferrari just yet, as he heads around turn 3, turn 4, and into
I'm
the
so
hangar
bad with
straight.
the 73 class.
But right now it's been a very controlling race
Bring
from
the
Aldo in the
76
first
class.
4 to 5 laps of this race. And all he has to do now is just keep up that pace. Make sure he stays away from trouble and any bumps. And yeah, look at the gap. Didneo's
I'm
just
gonna DNF
about to end
because
the
I just can't drive
hangar
this.
straight right now with Omar
I'm
right on
gonna.
his heels.
Honestly, even though the 73 cars aren't
He
my
has a
favorite,
touch with the
I
wall
like
there on
having.
the
I
right,
actually kind
and
of like
Omar
this
is going to
season
have a
and every
run
season with the
and
73
possibly
cars,
up
primarily
into
for just
second.
old time's sake.
Lag is already
Bro,
taking
I'm
part in
getting
this battle as
anti-lock to the
well,
lag because
as
I can
Omar
simply
just seems
drive
to be ahead,
a
and I
Ferrari.
think he is.
You didn't do that
So
every race?
the Kuwait driver makes the move for second
And
as they go
preseasons.
into the next corner, and Didnio for spin. He's got black smoke in his engine, and
I'm
obviously in this
genuinely
preseason race he will not need
happy
to
anyway.
go to the pits and respawn the car, but
Given
that
this,
was a very big moment there
given this
for the
might
American
be the
driver in the
last
Shadow.
season I ever
Omar
do,
takes P2,
one
and
of the
this man,
last races I ever do with the
Aldo,
73
just
cars.
continues to lead. There goes
One of the
the
last seasons, I
smoking
think, the
shadow.
73 cars, because
Fourth
you
at
know,
the
if we're
moment
both last
looks like
place dead,
Aviator.
we're not really going to be getting anything
Then
from
there's
the flash
fifth place
position
over there. It's
anytime soon.
Infinite Fun.
I would say something about it, but then I jinx myself and end up dying.
You say one of my drivers gonna get penalized? Okay. Where are they on the pole? Okay. No, he is. I remember he last set P6, so he's probably like P8 by now. Alright, fantastic. Man, if only our other driver could show up. I'm kidding. He's sleeping right now. You're not worried about that team. Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah. Whew.
One of my drivers just hit.
And heading there into the final corner is an Ensign spinning as he crosses the line as Lug ticks with a heavy crash into the main straight. As there we see Aldo getting past one of the shadows. That is not Didnio, I would think. That's Bob in the lap shadow. As is that Didnio into the final corner? That is not. That is actually Lucas's teammate. So we almost saw there what could have been Didio spinning and crashing from P2. A lot of drama into that final corner in the span of half a lap even, as Omar goes through into third, Aviator's fourth, Lucas now respawns his car. There goes Luke, and there's a Surtees there, it's Gus that spun to the final corner as well. Aviator, oh sorry, oh yeah, that is Aviator, so DeLorean was lapped over there in the front. Aviator's now lost a few positions, Max is right behind him. And there comes the final corner is Infinite, who has damage to her car, crossing into the next lap. So positions are a little bit tricky right now with lap cars getting in the way of the main racers. But the one thing for certain is that Aldo continues to lead. There's Didnio right behind his teammate Bob, and he will hope that his teammate will yield with the blue flags, and he won't even need to do that as Bob spins. Bob spins heading into the Wellington straight, and Didnio will just take a position and will now focus on chasing after Aldo. As Aldo into turn one, he's hit the inside barrier. He's gone over. He's had a barrel roll, and he's had another one. And there's a Lotus spinning off there, but I don't think they're in the race. And Didnio right there, he's coming fast, right behind the Ferrari, and Didnio takes the lead for sure. he surely takes the lead. He does. So we have a new race leader for the first time since lap 2. Aldo, who's struggling there to keep the car on the track into turn 1, loses the lead of this race. And now we have a proper battle for the lead. Aldo's still there. He's still right behind Didnio. We'll have to see how things look when the lag settles down. As Omar is into the wall on turn 3. He's gone wide. He's lost his wings again. And his teammate's going to be right on his tail, along with one of the MCs there. As we see Aldo and Didnio battling for the lead. The Italian will hope to get his lead back. He's chasing down the shadow as they head into turn 8 now. Where Didnio has had issues, and now Aldo will have issues. He's into the wall. He's into the grass wall there. He's lost the rear wheel. He's going to want to respawn. Didnio had a little jump there past the Dunlop bridge, but he's going to have now a very, very comfortable lead. As Aldo is going to have to respawn his car. And so the man who was leading for 7 to 8 laps is now just looking behind him instead of looking front. As Omar takes speed 2, Luke takes speed 3. It's a Tiro 2-3 once again. There comes Aldo in P4. Then P5, that's Lorian lapped. There comes out 2 shadows into the final corner. Let's see who they are. It's Didnio and Lucas. So the 2 shadow teammates coming really close there onto the final corner. The leader and his backmarker teammate. And Didnio will be glad he didn't make contact there with his rookie teammate. As Omar takes P2 across the line.
Who's in P2?
Third, there comes the other shadow, and
Omar,
who's also lapped, that's Bob. As Aldo very, very close there to the wall, but he's going to go through the pit lane to avoid a crash. Very, very quick thinking there from the Italian. As Luke is now behind Aldo. So it's Aldo third, Luke fourth. As we go on board now with Didnio, he's already close to completing another lap. As we see Omar behind one of the other shadows, and Didnio will be hoping that his teammate there, Lucas likely, could hold up Omar. As there goes a car out of the Dunlop bridge. That's the Surtees of Gus, keeping it out of the wall and taking no damage. He is lucky there to get away without any serious damage. As Didnio taking it easy into turn 1. Gus went off into turn 1 there. He looked like he respawned. As we're going on board with Aldo now, and he is slowing a little bit as we see the embassy right on his tail, and that is Aviator. So that is now the fight for third, or it could be possibly fourth if something happens to Aldo, because we don't know where Luke is. But Aviator is right behind the Ferrari. He's gonna hope to make a move into turn 3. That's a heavy braking zone. As you see a car there stricken in the middle of the road on fire, and yeah, really interesting battles so far in this race. As we go back to Didnio, he's just gonna cross for another lap, just easily taking control of this race, taking the competition by the scruff of the neck, and just saying that he's here to compete. Now heading to the final corner, there's 3 cars, they're battling as there's a Ferrari going off, spinning out of control. Aviator takes the position, Gus goes through, Aldo loses the rear wing on the final corner. And just disaster striking once again for the Italian as he has more struggles keeping control of his car. Luke crosses the line. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys are in for a treat. This race is absolutely dramatic so far. Positions being traded, crashes and spins. And we're sure to have much more of that heading into the dying laps. And the Shadow of Didnio is on fire. So Didio is on fire right now. So he's had some damage. And once again, he will not need to pit in these preseason races. If this was the case for an actual Grand Prix worth points, worth for the championship, he would need to pit right away. But that is not a concern in this preseason race, as he laps there one of his teammates. As we pan out to Aldo, who's also on fire. So both drivers who have led this race at some point now with their cars on fire.
You can't lie though, Shadow.
And maybe both senses of the word too, they have been on fire in this race.
That is super tough.
One currently is the one in form
I
right
will
now.
run
The other
Bauhaus
hoping to
Scribon out of
find his
money
form
by the
again
end of
as he
this.
battles in the mid-pack.
You're racing for
Daniel is
Bauhaus?
leading into another lap. He's going to go
Yes.
through turn 1 now.
Thank you.
And not that relatively far off of Aldo and Luke, who were going into the hanger straight. So coming around the final corner now, Daniel starts another lap. Gus is right behind him there in the Surtees, who has lapped, and Omar is actually very much closer now. Maybe a little bit more than 10 seconds compared to the 15-20 seconds he was before, so Daniel definitely has made a mistake somewhere around the track. And yeah, there is Omar. He is not that far off. So we could see a battle between the two championship contenders. Surely two figures to watch in this 1974 season. We now go on board with Didnio once again, and
Bauhaus
there
is
is
snappy,
Omar,
gonna be rich.
or actually, sorry,
Gonna be
that's
very
Luke
mad.
in the other zero.
His
So
car.
we were about to have a really nice battle, but Omar has lost. He has lost time once again. So definitely made a mistake somewhere as he chases down the Martini of Max there, who is lapped. But the man in blue will really hope to chase down the man in black, who is Dino right now into the lead.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Luke will probably want to do something for his teammate there, maybe put some pressure on Dino. As they both head into this Dunlop bridge, both of them coming out cleanly, no incidents, no issues, heading into the final corner, and Luke is putting pressure on Dino, trying to unlap himself, and maybe help his teammate out. As they head now into turn 1, this is a very interesting battle between a driver leading and a driver who is supposedly in 4th place right now, 3rd or 4th place.
Hey, how the fuck
and
did I
Luke
do that?
losing a little bit of ground there, but he is still right on the back of the shadow and putting a lot of pressure on his teammate's rival.
Holy shit, I'm so proud of my boys.
He's still some way behind, but he is there. He is there. If any mistakes happen for Dino, Omar will definitely be there to pick up the pieces. And we see now embassy there of Aviators. So the 3rd place man is getting lapped by the leader. There's Dino going for lap 22, and Omar's closed the gap again. So once again, we have probably seen a mistake from Dino, and Omar has taken that opportunity, and he's closed the gap down to around 5 seconds there. And we will definitely see some battles in the end of this race. Trying to clear out there some of the traffic. The two leaders going by. Dino is going to have to be careful as they head around turn 3, turn 4, and now they head into the hanger straight. And there's Omar looming in the background. Luke as well, who might pose some threat, even for being a lap down.
But if we do
Dino goes around turn 5. Omar goes around turn 5. They're both going through cleanly. And it will be a test now in these final dying laps of who can keep their car on the track, who can keep their composure, who can keep their ability to win this race. As they head down to turn 8, and that's Dino. Dino's gone off. He's hit the barriers there. He's continued, but he's lost the lead now. That is a crucial mistake. And now going past him are both Tiros. Omar takes the lead, and then Luke will take track position, not for 2nd place, but he will want to create a buffer between him, between Dino and his teammate Omar. And this is dramatic in the dying laps of this race. Luke has had a mistake there, so he's right behind Dino again. But Omar leads, Dino is in 2nd, and this is absolutely astonishing on these dying laps. Omar takes the lead. He has not led a single lap of this race from the very start, where he had an issue after he crashed into turn 1, had a barrel roll, dropped all the way down to the final position on the grid, and there he is now. He takes the lead from Dino, who had it so dominantly over the course of this race. Took the lead on lap 8 from Aldo, and has just he had never looked back. But now definitely he definitely had a few looks behind him in the mirrors and saw the Tiro of Omar approaching fast, and maybe that is what caused him to lose position, cracking under pressure. Omar with 2 cars ahead of him, back markers. That's where Dino spun. He's had issues in that corner twice in this race, and Omar is just going to take it very easily now. He's going to take it very easy. across the Dunlop Bridge around the
it
final
was the
corner,
straightaway.
and Omar is gonna take the win at the Silverstone preseason race. What a race from Omar as Diddy crosses the line in P2, and P3 is gonna be some way behind because these two have absolutely taken the spotlight in this race. Just waiting for everybody else to cross the line, and there's a car there in the back into the final corner, into the wall. That's the Surtees of Gus, and he is trying to get to the finish line, and he's gonna jump out of the car, and that car is smoking, but he's gonna now run and jump towards the finish line to end his race. And what a dramatic finish that anybody could have had to their Grand Prix.